park police are.
It starts by storming Broadway.
What's going on, everyone? So welcome to my latest video. To my subscribers out there, that's right, you guys have been waiting for this video for quite some time, and honestly, I'm excited to give it to you guys. This is actually going to be broken into 4 parts. For those of you that are new to my channel, obviously, I'm going to be ranking every single Best Picture winner. This is a free-for-all. So in my videos with each decade where I ranked them, it was obviously the caveat being that, hey, I'm ranking it from worst to best per decade. And then when I did the top 10 worst Best Picture winners, that was obviously the worst ones of each decade, like the bottom number 10 of each decade. And same with the top 10 best ones, that was obviously the number 1 of each decade. So now this is free for all. So you will get to be seeing my actual ranking of all 93, and it's going to be broken into 4 parts. So there's 93 Best Picture winners as of March 2021. So I'm going to be ranking it from 93 all the way to 1 being the best in 4 parts. So the 4 parts, I'm going to be having obviously part 1 being this video that you clicked on, which is number 93 to 76. The reason why it's such a weird number is because obviously there's 93. So that's going to be 18, and then the other 3 parts are going to be 25 apiece. Part 2 will be 75 to 51. Part 3 will be 50 to 26. And then part 4 will be 25 to 1. So with all that exposition, you guys clicked on part 1. So I will be giving you guys part 1. Little bit side note of exposition also. I'm not going to be going in depth. If anything, I'm going to be going by real fast with these entries because I've talked about these movies before. If you're new to my channel, you guys can check out, obviously, my ranking for each decade where I talk a little bit more in depth because I have a little bit more time. But obviously with this, because it's so many entries, I don't want to make an hour video for each one. I want to make, obviously, 10 to 15 if possible. So all that exposition aside, let's kick it off, guys, with number 93, which is The Greatest Show on Earth. I hate this movie with a passion, man. I really don't like this movie. That's why it's number 93. Number 92, I hate equally as much, I would say. Maybe a little bit less. And my number 92 is Around the World in 80 Days. This movie was, man, it was hard to get through. I did not like it in the slightest. That's why it's my number 92. Number 91 is Grand Hotel, which is essentially a vignette of all the most popular actors during the time period of when it came out, just being at a hotel, walking around. So, yeah, I did not like this movie. So that's my number 91. Number 90 is Cimarron, which is, I believe it was the first Western film to win Best Picture. I didn't like this movie. I don't like it. That's all there is to it. So that's my number 90. Number 89 is the Broadway Melody. I believe the actual full title is the Broadway Melody of 1929. This movie I also really don't like. I think what makes it a little bit better than the other entries is that it's shorter, I believe. I could be wrong, but I don't like this movie. So that's my number 89. Number 88 is, I know I'm going to butcher this, Cavalcade. I believe I'm sorry if I butchered it. Yeah, I didn't like this movie either. Number 87 is The Life of Emile Zola. Holy cow, this movie was almost 3 hours long. Yeah, it's not good. I like long movies, don't get me wrong, but this movie, it felt like a lifetime. Number 86 is Forrest Gump, or as I like to call it, Boomer Gump. Yeah, I really don't like this film. Number 85 is Sunrise. Whatever. Number 84 is An American in Paris. I know a lot of people, especially Gene Kelly fans, that really dig this movie. I did not. And that is why it is number 84. Number 83 is The Great Ziegfeld, which is another one of those early Best Picture winners that is excessive in its length, unfortunately. And also excessive in the amount of times where I was like, is it over? Yeah. Did not like this movie. Next up, number 82 is Out of Africa. Yeah, this movie's not good. I've never wanted to revisit this movie. I have had zero interest to revisit it. I like Robert Redford. I like Meryl Streep. But this movie, I know I'm going to sound like a boomer saying it, but this was the definition of a snooze fest. Yeah, did not like it. Number 81 is From Here to Eternity, which I know a lot of people that dig this movie. I personally did not, despite liking the actors a lot. I just wasn't a big fan of it, you know. What can I say? I've seen better romances, and even for when it came out, I can name better romances during this time period that came out. Sorry. Next up, number 80 is Going My Way. Bing Crosby, I mean, he has a good voice. There's that. But, yeah, pretty standard. Next up, number 79 is Tom Jones. It's okay, I guess. It's kind of indifferent for me, honestly. Like, I remember I gave it like a 3 out of 5 star rating, but now I give it like a 2.5. It's just, I'm indifferent to it. When I think about it, I'm like, whatever. Next up, number 78 is Gigi. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. It's a 1950s Best Picture winner. It looks very beautiful. I can't lie about that. It looks very nice in terms of that, and it's got a good costume design, but it just lacks that narrative heft, and honestly, it just has a lot of pacing issues. Next up, number 77 is Oliver, which I grew up watching as a kid, but truth be told, I look back now and I'm like, wow, that's an excessively long movie, man. It could have easily been trimmed down a lot. But, I know it has a following, but I'm not a big fan of it at all. In fact, I'm not even a fan of it. So yeah, that's my number 77. Number 76 to end this list is The English Patient, which if you've seen my review on my channel when I reviewed it 6 years ago, I remember giving it a solid rating, but now upon rewatching it in preparation for, when I did my 1990s Best Picture ranking, I'm not a fan of this movie. I think it has its merits for sure. Like, it definitely is well shot, it's well acted, but it could have, like a lot of these movies, it could have used a trimmer in terms of editing. What can I say? That's why it's my number 76. So 76 is capping off part 1. Obviously, that was 93 to 76. But guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for part 2, where obviously it will be 75 to 51. But again, as always, thank you for clicking on this video and watching. And also, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and let me know your worst Best Picture winners. Or at least the lower half of what you've seen so far in terms of, trying to watch every Best Picture winner down below. And as always, don't forget subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.